And this has been the bane of driving me crazy when I was out of office, the Public Service Loan Forgiveness Program. Now, this program forgives student loans to encourage those students who have those loans if they go into public service. Think of the millions who are public school teachers, local police officers, workers at local charities, members of the military and the National Guard, and so many more. Think of the folks who work for federal, state, local, tribal governments, keeping essential services going, responding to natural disasters, all those firefighters and cops. The program is designed so that if you serve in one of these jobs, and we'll be able to list those and you'll be able to accurately assess whether you do, and make your loan payments for 10 years, even if it's not consecutive years, your remaining balance will be completely forgiven. It's a great idea, but the program's a mess. It's so inefficient and complicated, too many people just give up. Think if a service member defers their student loan payment while they're deployed. The system is so restrictive that their active duty service didn't count as public service, and the loan isn't forgiven as promised. It's outrageous. This is another game changer, and we're going to have people who are there to help get you, help direct you and work you through the process. And one more big change we're making to the system is we're holding colleges accountable for jacking up costs without delivering value to students. We've all heard of those schools luring students with a promise of big paychecks when they graduate, only to watch these students be ripped off and left with mountains of debt. And my predecessors looked the other way, for some reason, with good reason, to do anything about this fraud. My administration is taking it on. For example, the Department of Education works with private education associations to accredit colleges and universities so they can receive federal aid. Well, last week the Department of Education fired a college accreditor that allowed colleges like ITT and Corinthian to defraud borrowers.
Millions of Americans may see their monthly benefit reduced in just a few weeks. Congress has also confirmed that several big changes will be made. Low-income households may see a benefit reduction of hundreds of dollars. My dear friends, please make sure that you are subscribed to channel to get latest news, and also please hit the like button. State of Hawaii is warning people with government force support, also known as the SNAP, that they may have to take steps this month to protect their benefits. Hawaii state officials said that this is because the government is raising payment for Social Security and disabilities. Incomes could go up so much from those raises that may reduce food benefits. The state of Hawaii said that recipients could offset the income increase by reporting additional expenses for medical care or rent. Scott Morishige of the Department of Human Services has stated, you may be concerned about this change. This is increase in income as a result of Social Security to potentially offset that you have to increase in your expenses, especially for seniors and those with disabilities, for out-of-pocket medical expenses not covered by insurance. Also, almost 1 in 10 residents of Nebraska receive SNAP benefits, but that could change this year as well if a 2021 expansion of income eligibility is put in the place during the crisis is allowed to sunset in 2023. Many fewer households and individuals will qualify for SNAP. Also, almost 1 in 10 residents of Nebraska receive SNAP benefits, but that could change this year as well. Tina Rocker-Bench, the executive director of Community Action of Nebraska, has said some believe since many jobs were lost when the crisis was at its peak have come back, there should be less need for food assistance, but that is not what our staff has been seeing. If allowed to sunset, the state income eligibility requirement will return to 130% of the federal poverty guidelines from the current 165%. That means a family of 3 who can now qualify with an income of roughly $38,000 could not earn more than $29,000 annually on a national level. At least 20 US states had increased their SNAP eligibility to 200% of the federal poverty guidelines, allowing a family of 3 earning up to $46,000 annually to qualify. 72% of Nebraska's SNAP recipients last year were families with the children, and 30 included in older adult or a person with disabilities. Please let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. After suffering yet another defeat on Wednesday, in which he lost a sixth round of voting for House Speaker, Kevin McCarthy proposed more key concession and is pushed to get 218 votes, including agreeing to propose a rules change that would allow just one member to call for a vote to oust a sitting speaker. According to sources familiar with the matter, the major concession comes as Kevin McCarthy is struggling to find a path forward in the House of Representatives. The House GOP majority has been stuck at a constitution